Your brain is the ultimate supercomputer, processing 2 to 11 million pieces of information, not every day, not every hour, not every minute, but every single second. That's between 10 to 50 million pieces of information in just the time you've been watching this video. But here's the kicker, you're only conscious of about 40 of those 2 to 11 million pieces of information a second. So what the heck, that doesn't really add up. You're right. It's because the other 90% is not coming from the conscious mind, which you're listening to this video on right now. It's coming from your subconscious mind. This controls your life whether you know it or not. In fact, you don't even know it's happening because by definition, that would mean it's conscious, not subconscious. So why does this matter? Well, here's the biggest kept secret, I believe, in making change in your life and attracting things to you that you want. People go after studying, memorizing, habits, willpower, new routines, new years. And that's why 80% of people fail by the second week of February if you look at their New Year's resolutions. I'm guilty myself. Where people miss out is the other 90% that they could be accessing in your subconscious mind. What if you could tap into that? Instead of using 10%, what if you could use 90? In this video, I want to share with you a 3-minute subconscious mind exercise. Once you know this, there's no going back. Something you can do every day to reprogram your subconscious mind. Start using the full power. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist by any means, but I geek out on this stuff and I love it. The subconscious mind, the brain, and all that. And here's what I've found. Let's use the example of money. If you grew up hearing money is scarce, money is the root of all evil, money doesn't grow on trees, or your parents fought about money a lot, that's one of the worst things you can do to a kid if you want your kid to be rich, because that's gonna strengthen the neural pathways in your brain that's reinforcing the lack of money and that you're not supposed to have any. Hebb's law says that neurons that fire together wire together. So naturally, you're gonna start noticing lack, and then when you get into your adulthood, yeah, your checking account has $20 in it because your whole life you've seen lack. But if you're conscious of that's where you can make this change. And most of us don't choose what we put in our subconscious mind. Again, that would be conscious by definition. Unfortunately, most of it's not even our choice at all. It's influenced from society, programs, our parenting, emotional events that sometimes weren't our choice, could be trauma. Really, up until the age of 7 to 14, it's when you're like a sponge absorbing everything into your mind. And so most people walk around life like a 14-year-old because that's kind of where their mind is, if that makes sense. In fact, the Jesuits had a good saying that sums this up. It says, give me a boy till the age of 7 and I will show you the man. So this 3-minute mind exercise is designed to go back, rewind the clock, and really put in stuff and become conscious of what your subconscious is giving you in your life. Full credit, I got this from You Are Creators. I believe that's their YouTube channel. Yeah, You Are Creator. But I put my own spin on it and this is just what works for me. Here's how to do this. The first thing you're going to do is I want you to take a series of deep breaths, 4 to 5 of these. You're gonna go in for 4 seconds, hold, and then out for 4 seconds. And what this does is it puts your mind in a very calm state. You need to be calm, otherwise this exercise will not work for you. So many times we drink energy drinks, we get so stressed out about the bills we gotta pay, about driving here, and we're just like on the verge of stress all day long, whether you realize it or not. In fact, the internal mind chatter you have going on and on and on, if we're really honest, how many times a day do you have self-doubts? How many times a day does your mind perk up and say, hey, you're not good enough. Hey, they think you're stupid. Hey, all this stuff. Like if that was a person following you around saying that stuff, you turn around and give them one of these, right? It's annoying. Step number 2, you're gonna take one hand and place it on your forehead. Okay, this is connecting to your third eye right here. In the realm of chakras, we're not going to go into that in this video. That's a very spiritual higher self place. With your other hand, you're going to put it in the back on your occipital lobe. This is responsible for vision. So what you're doing here is you're sending energetic cues to yourself that what you're about to do, you want to see in your life. You'll notice that just doing that feels good. You're putting your energy there. Third step. I want you to either write this down, think about it, say it out loud, a specific desire. Anything you want. This could be an emotion you want to feel, whether that's love, higher self-worth, more confidence, just feel like an overall badass. This could be a physical thing, new car, more money, new place you want to move into, or it could be an experience. You want to see yourself going somewhere hot, you want a vacation, you want to travel. What this is doing is calling that thing into your mind. So let me give you an example here. About a year ago, I really wanted a new car. I was using the same car my whole life and it was just time for an upgrade. I upgraded a lot of things. I typically live well below my means, but it was just time for a car. But I didn't really want the flashy Lambos or the luxury cars that everyone likes. It's just not my style. One day I saw a classic car driving by. It was a 65 Mustang Fastback, and I heard the engine. I smelt the exhaust, it was so close. I saw the color of the car, the classic looking interior, the classic look. I knew that that was the car I wanted. So I would call that into my mind. I would think about that car. I became obsessed with it. I would go on YouTube. I would hear the sound of 289 engines. I could feel my hands on the wood steering wheel. I could smell the premium gas you put in that car to take care of it. Add as many senses to this as you can. Most people with visualization, they just try and see it. They see it, they see it, they see it, but you're missing out on the bigger picture. The more real you can make this to you, the better this will work. What do you feel? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you hear? What do you see? Use all your senses there. It'll get easier if you do this more and more. You should try this every day for 21 days and watch what happens. Pretty soon you can just instantly call that back into your mind. Step number 4, what you're going to do is state the name of the thing out loud. So in this case, it would be 1965 Ford Mustang. Take 1 to 3 minutes to keep stating this thing out loud as you're calling it into your mind, pressing your hands on your head. Really try to identify 3 to 5 specificities that this item has. In the case of the car, it was the steering wheel, it was the smell, and it was the sound of the engine. This should feel pretty freaking good. And remember, emotions are just a record of the past. So if you have the emotion right now, well, guess what? You've already experienced the thing. So when you get it, it's going to be really familiar and easier to get because you already know how the emotions are going to feel when it comes to you. The next step is you're going to declare this to be true. State the thing out loud and say, this is my new truth and my new reality. Say that with as much certainty as you can. The more truth that you have to this thing with you, your brain will work because you believe it to be true. You need to be in alignment with what you think and what you do, so you'll start doing things to get this thing to you. Lastly, you can open your eyes. Breathe in and out 4 times, just like you started this. So in through the nose 4 seconds, hold, and then out. Hold it, and out. You might want to nod your head yes or say the word yes out loud when you're doing that. Again, you're reinforcing the certainty, you're reinforcing this truth. You want to write down those steps. All in all, this should take about 3 to 7 minutes every day. I challenge you to do that with the same desire for 21 days every day at the same time and watch what starts to happen in your life. Really important that you do it at the same time in the same place. I do my meditation in that corner by my books in my office every day, and I kind of associate that corner. It's much easier for me to get in that meditative state. The last step of this is smashing the heck out of that like button. Make sure you're subscribed with those bell notifications set to on, and in the link below, I will link down our free course that I put together for you. It's new, Law of Attraction in Action. So if you want to manifest faster, if you are like this law of attraction stuff, where do I get started? That is a free course down in the link below, the Law of Attraction in Action. Go sign up, it's 100% free, and go start learning about how to use it in your life. I'm Clark, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stop settling, start living. See ya.